How we doing, guys? Going to tie a salmon fly freeze here this evening. One of the most famous salmon flies of all time. Well, a variant of it anyway, and I like to call it the gold-bodied Wullie Gunn, tied flamethrower style. I'm tying on a size 6 hook-ahrex progressive double. Sorry, couldn't find my silverware there. As I said, I'm tying on a size 6 hook-ahrex progressive double. This is one for the big clean water. Tying red tinsel, red UTC, size 70. And what I'm going to do here now is I'm just going to catch on my silver wire on the top of the shank of the hook. Catch that on there and wind down the shank, nice even touching turns the whole way down to the point of the hook. As you'll see there, I've started maybe 4 or 5 mil back from the eye of the hook, and the reason being is because there's a lot going on the head of this fly. You've got 2 hackles and a fox wing, plus your jungle cock cheeks, so you really want to give yourself plenty of room. Also then, so that you're able to put a nice neat head on the fly. That's 4 wraps, that's 5. I like to do 6. I like to do 6 wraps for the tag and the arse of the fly. Now once I get to the 6, hold that out there, take your fingernail, push all that up dead tight so that there's no gaps. Pinch that in your finger and your thumb, bring it through the gap or the gape of the hook between the 2 doubles, between the 2 hooks, sorry, which is why it's a double. Pull it underneath and then catch that on your tinsel, and then come back down, because you're going to use that wire to form, or you're going to use that, sorry, as the rub for the first half of the fly. So keep coming down, come down, at least to the very minimum, the halfway point of the fly. I would say there's plenty. Pull your wire rub back and then wrap back onto the whole way. The reason that you do this is because it keeps the body nice and uniform the whole way. You're not getting any extra bulk anywhere. That's it, just keeps it nice and the same level the whole way. Just let me check that on your side. Sorry, I apologise about this, guys. I'm just making sure that the camera angle and that the photography is perfect for you, so as you can see everything. There we go. That looks good to me. Sorry about that there. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. I nudged the device there with my hand, and sometimes when you do that, it can knock the camera out of focus. As I said at the beginning of the video there, it's a gold-bodied Wullie Gunn. So just flat gold tinsel. I'm going to tie that on the side. See the excess? Make it the same length as the first half of the body of the fly. Tie it on the side, wrap it right down as close to the silver tag as you can get it, and then come wrap that right down the full length of the first half of the body. And again, keeps everything nice and even. Now, see the first wrap's the most important, because that's what hides the tinsel. So get the first wrap as close to the silver tinsel as you possibly can, your silver tag, sorry, and then come up the body, nice, overlapping, touching turns. I'm just gonna come back there and even that wee lump out, which is there we go. And I'm going to continue back up the body of the fly, and as I say, nice overlapping touching turns, and you can see that lovely gold shine on the tinsel. Now, as I say, this is a size 6. This is a big water fly. Well, I say big water, but if you get heavy rain in the river, you get nice big water in the river. I would normally be waiting a day and a half to 2 days after, so that you still have nice big water on the river but clean, and that's whenever I would be fishing these kind of flies this size. Now bring your silver wire rub, and it's just it's a Vineyards French wire, silver, size 26. That's the wire that I'm using. That's my 3rd wrap. That's my 4th wrap. I'm going to put in a 5th. I wouldn't normally, but just to even that out there, I'm going to put that in, catch that in, and then 1, 2, 3, just 3 secure locks, and then trim away your excess. And before I move on to this hackle, I'm just going to make sure that you are seeing everything that I'm seeing. Right, that looks good. Sorry about the photography, guys. I just want to make sure that you can see in nice detail everything that I'm doing. So here you can see this, right? That's a chartreuse genetic hen cape. And what I've done is I've exposed the tip and I've trimmed away the excess fibres from the tip, and that's again just to reduce bulk, so as you're not getting too much bulk in the body of the fly. So I'm going to apply this on the side, tie that in with a tip, lock it in there, come forward just to make sure that it's nice and secure. See that excess? Just tease that up, trim it away. Right, what's this wee trick? Get your scissors, rub it up, stalk all the hackle fibre. Look at that, see the way it teases all the fibres apart, and then with your fingers and tease all them fibres back, and then see when you wrap this, it just wraps beautifully. And that's a trick that I've learned, guys, from watching the best in the world tie these style of flies, and in my opinion, the likes of Paul Greaves, Mark McClune, Dave McPhail, all them kind of characters, these boys are the best salmon fly dressers I've seen. But I'm nowhere near that caliber, so I'm not. I tie flies and I go fishing and I catch fish. That's what I tie flies to, catch fish. These boys are perfectionists. They get everything perfect. The best fly dressers that I've seen. Now pull that underneath, catch it in, lock it in, give it another turn just to be sure. Pull the stalk 90 degrees to the shank of the hook, and then that's your last lock, and that's that. Find that, trim it off, and then just position your hackle fibres the way you want them, where you want it to be. And then what I like to do is just bring it back 1, 2 turns, and that's it. There we go, and that's us off to a good start. So far so good. Now we're going to apply the bucktail element to the fly, and because it's a Wullie Gunn, yellow, orange and black, and what I've handled here is 3 strands of crystal flash as well. Oh, there's one strand that might be slightly too long. I'm just going to trim that back. There we go. As I say, yellow, black and orange. And what you're looking for is approximately twice the length of a shank of a hook. So once you're happy with your length, just pinch that in your finger and your thumb. Bring your tinsel on between your finger and your thumb on a pinching loop. Pull it down and just 1, 2 turns just to secure that and lock it in. Check it. Make sure you're happy with it first before you properly secure it. I'm happy with that. And again, hold it in your finger and your thumb, and then just give it 2 or 3 tightly wrapped turns just to secure it. And that's it. That's that locked in. Now you see we are excess here, and this is important. With your excess, pinch it in your finger and your thumb, the full length of the final half of the fly. Trim it at a taper. What that does is that keeps this half of the fly evenly proportioned, so that when you're wrapping your tinsel it doesn't slip. Now at this stage I'm going to take super glue and I'm going to apply a few drops of super glue to my tinsel, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it around the cut ends of the bucktail, and what that does is it firmly secures it. So just wrap that down the full length, and then a couple of wee straggly bits there, must not trim that right, and then come back down to where you've tied your bucktail in. There we go. So far so good, no mess ups. You're always under pressure when you're tying salmon flies because everybody wants their salmon flies to be perfect. I'm the exact same. Quite a keen salmon angler myself. Salmon's my thing. Salmon and wild brownies and sea trout. That's what I love doing. But right, so far so good. Now again, the front half of the fly is a silver rub again. So I'm just going to take a length of my silver wire, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to tie it on at the top here, and I'm going to leave my excess the same length as the first half of the fly. Catch that in at the top and wind down, and then come back down again. And what you're doing here by doing this is keeping the front half of the body evenly proportioned, so as that when it comes to this stage of wrapping your tinsel's not going to slip and everything's going to sit nice and even. Do the same thing again. Keep the excess of your gold tinsel the same length of the front half of the fly. Wind that back till it meets the bucktail, so as that you're not getting the gap of your tinsel in the front half of the fly. Wind down till there, hide them cut ends, and then again, same thing, wrap your gold tinsel. The first wrap's the most important wrap because that's the wrap that hides the colour of your tinsel. So just make sure that your red tinsel isn't shining through, and then come down the shingle of the hook. I'm just going to hide that again. A nice even touch and turns. If you do find it wanting to slip, like that slipped a wee bit there, just come back and cover it up. It's no big drama, as long as you've got a uniform gold body. That's all that matters. See there it's wanting to slip again. At this stage, I'm just going to use my finger to hold that where I want it, so as it doesn't unravel the whole way down. Keep wrapping your gold tinsel until you get it where you want it to be. At that stage, just 4 or 5 mil shy of the eye of the hook. At this stage, I'm going to lock that in with my tinsel. Right, and then bring it back up another turn or two, just to make sure that it's not going anywhere. Trim away your excess, and then bring up your silver wire rub. So there's 1. What you're aiming for is 3, maximum 4. There's 2, and there's 3. That'll do me. I'm just going to lock that in there, and then another turn or 2 or 3 just to properly secure that. And once again, trim away the excess. Now we're ready for the second hackle on the fly. And I've done the same thing again. I've exposed the tip and I've trimmed away with my scissors the excess hackle fibres in order to reduce the bulk. And I'm going to catch that on the side, lock that in, bring it down, just a few securing touch and turns, and then come back, and then come back again. So you're locking it in, coming forward towards the eye, coming back towards your gold tinsel, and getting back towards the eye again. And that should give that maximum security. That shouldn't go anywhere then. Just get your tip. These are the wee fittery bits, and trim away the excess. And the same thing again, same wee trick again. Run the scissors up the stalk of the hackle. And as I say, I learned that from watching the likes of Mark McLean. That wet your fingers, tease your hackle fibres back, and then begin to wrap your hackle, teasing the fibres back all the time. So that's 2. You don't want to go crazy with this. 3, 4 turns at a max is plenty. That's 3. Right? We'll give it 1 more, just so that the black doesn't overpower it. That's 4 turns. That's plenty. Lock that in. Right, you know, I'll bring the 4th one right around, just so as I'm not interfering with any of the hackle fibres. Now, lock it in. There we are. 1 more turn just to properly secure it. Pull that stalk out. Another turn. And then you're ready to trim away that excess. Right. Then just position the hackles the way you want them. Your flare and that, the way you want it sitting. Tease it back. I like to tease it back so that it's nice, even circle, and then come back 1, 2, 3 turns, and that just gives it a beautiful flare to match up with a back hackle. There we go. I'm happy with that. So I'm happy with that for an amateur. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Then we come to the wing, the overwing of the fly, and that's Arctic fox. Black Arctic fox. Dead soft. Dead mobile. Moves beautiful in the water. Now you need to add a generous punch to this to the fly, because when the Arctic fox hits the water, it kind of slims down. So when you tie it in, most people all think, oh, he's using far too much of that. Far too much, but you're actually not. And the length that I want the wing to meet up with the ends of the bucktail, or maybe just slightly shorter. And as I say, when you tie it in, it looks like you've used far too much, but you need to remember, when it hits the water, this slims away down, so the profile of it becomes a lot narrower than what it looks like when you actually tie it in. And the benefit of it is that it's dead soft, dead mobile. It moves great in the water. I'm happy with the length of that. So what I'm going to do, hold it in my finger and my thumb, pinch my tinsel between my finger and my thumb, and pull it down in a secure locking loop, and then just 1, 2 turns, and again check where it is in the profile of it. There we go. I'm happy with that. So at this stage, just going to pinch it in my finger and my thumb again, and add 2 tightly, 3, there we go, 3 tightly securing turns. I'm going to come in with my finely pointed scissors, and they're going to trim away the excess again. And same thing again, just take your super glue, couple of drops on your tying silk, and I'm just going to lock those cut ends on the cut ends of the fox with that super glue. There we are. Might have just got a wee bit on that hackle. Right. So far so good, guys. This is looking good here. I'm actually quite impressed with myself here at the minute. So as I say, guys, I'm far from a professional. I've learned doing this stuff from watching real professionals. Dave McPhail, Mark McLoone, Paul Greaves. These boys are some of the best salmon fly dressers I've ever seen, ever. And I've been fishing for salmon my whole life, and I generally do well with salmon. Do you know what I mean? And I can tie flies like catch salmon and I do well on. But these boys take it to the next level. That's all they do, and that's how I've learned to do this. I've learned from watching these guys, and I'm trying to relay it on to use. And again, I've done the same thing. That's just a black genetic hen hackle again. I've exposed the top, trimmed away the excess to reduce the bulk, and that's what I'm going to tie on me here. On the side again, just lock that in. Lock it in nice and tightly, because this is the stage of the fly where you don't want anything slipping. You're getting towards the end of the fly now. Bounce that, trim it away. See these bits here? You don't need to overly worry about that, because you can catch all that when you're tidying the head up. But same thing again, run the scissors up the stalk of the fly, spreads them beautifully, wet your fingers, tease the fibres back, and then begin to wrap the final head hackle, which is the black hen. There we go, that's one full turn. Tease all that back, keep teasing it all back. That's 2. And I'm only going to do one more. You really don't want to overdress this slide. There's that much going on in it. I'm going to bring that up, and I'm going to lock that in there, and another turn or 2 just to really secure it. And then underneath, find your excess point and trim it. Happy days, that worked out beautiful. Just tease that all back again, and begin to form your head. Just 2 or 3 turns back. This is where you can get away with having a wee bit of a mess at the front, because you can always tie it up with the head. There we go. There we go. It looks lovely to me. So it does. Looks lovely to me. I'm quite happy with it. So far, this is a fly that will, believe you me, catch you a lot of fish. Wullie Gunn is renowned for catching salmon. Especially, I fished this style of it last year a lot in the River Kelvin, and at the back end of the season, from maybe September onwards in Balmore in the River Kelvin, I had 9 fish between September and October in the fly in this. Or sorry, on the fly, yeah, this fly. And that was from this size all the way down to size 12s and 14s whenever the water was low. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to apply the jungle cock cheese to the fly. So I'm going to put one on my side. Position it where you want it to be. I like them to be on the side. So they just, there we go. Lock that in. Tease that stalk back. Tie that on. Don't really worry about your excess too much right now. Now if I can get this other cheek in my fingers, there we go. I'm going to tie one on now on your side. At this stage I like to come over the top of the fly. Make sure that the two cheeks are in the same position. And then lock that side in. 1, 2, 4. Right, just let me have a look at that. Right, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Beautiful. That just breaks away. I haven't got the luxury of that on this side because when I was stripping the jungle cock filler, it napped away. There we go. You might see a wee excess cut in there. I'm not going to be too... Oh, sorry. Now I'm going to need to adjust the camera again. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Sorry, folks. I apologise about that. The double hook caught my thumb there. As you can see now, my thumb's bleeding. This is the joy of tying doubles and trebles. But anyway, we're at the stage now where I can whip finish. Oof. There we see. If I can get that away. I don't want that interfering while I finish. Well, I had on my fly, my tinsel's just started to fray there, so I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's plenty because I'm going to super glue the head of this fly, which is more than suffice. Just get away with that, no more. Right, there we are. That's the fly. That's the fly basically finished, guys. So it is. Apart from what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to apply a coat of super glue to the head of the fly, and then after that 2 coats of red varnish. There we go. Underside of the fly. That's lovely. There we are, guys. That's your gold-bodied Wullie Gunn tied Flamethrower style. Really, the Wullie Gunn's it's one of the most successful salmon flies out there. There's no, you can't deny that. So you cannot deny that. Just catches fish all the time, all season long. That's why it's one of my favourites. So it is. But that's the tying of the fly done. Hopefully that shows you guys that you don't need to be a professional to tie effective salmon flies. Because in my mind, I'm far from a professional. I can tie a fly, and I can tie a fly that catches fish. I pride myself on it. So I do. But there's guys out there that make this look so effortless and so easy. But believe you me, there's a lot of skill involved in it. But as I say, I hope that helped you out. So I do. Thanks very much for watching the video, guys. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Hit the thumbs up button. Leave comments. Let me know what you think. Get your pals and your muckers and that involved. Get them involved in the channel if they're into the fishing and that. Because believe you me, I still have a lot more salmon and trout patterns to come, and there's plenty more pike in the fly action. And after that, it's going to be like grilling on the River Clyde or River Nothing or River Air, hopefully, if all goes well. And then by the time we get that over and done, we're coming back into the salmon and trout season again. But as I said, folks, thanks very much for watching the video. Till next time, guys, tight lines.